Sportz Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama, touchdown!
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sportz Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and happy Halloween out there to you all. Hope everyone is having a ghoulish evening on this Tuesday. Welcome into Sportz Blitz Live. Andy Graham and Randy Lee here with you for the next 2 hours, taking your phone calls, 256-234-6221, talking about everything going on in the world of sports. We appreciate all of you out there joining us this evening, going a little Facebook Live as well. So if you'd like, you can dial us up on that, comment away, tell us what you'd like to talk about, tell us what you think about the things that we talk about. World Series Game 6 tonight. Justin Verlander going up against Rich Hill. That one just about to get underway there in Los Angeles. A must-win for the Dodgers to push it to a Game 7 tomorrow night. Jim McElwain out at Florida. We've been talking about that this week on the Auburn Blitz each day. So love to get your thoughts on that. This is no doubt the first of many casualties to come in the coaching department. The first college football playoff poll is out. The Georgia Bulldogs, number one in the country. Didn't take Kirby long to get them there, did it?
No.
Alabama, number 2. Notre Dame, number 3. And Clemson, number 4. We'll talk about that as the show progresses as well. Good to see you, Randy.
Glad to be here, Andy. And with you yesterday. It was a Brett Pritchard showing today.
All right.
And then after the Auburn Blitz, we get a little unique news that Cameron Petway has a broken scapula and is out indefinitely. So, Andy, you are the best at playing games. So I'm going to take your role tonight and play a little game with you here shortly as you close out some of the other things that we'll be talking about here tonight. Got an active show, Facebook Live. We're not only doing that with our Auburn Blitz program, and hang in there with us, we promise. We're going to have a Bama Blitz program coming up at some point, but the beauty here of Sports Blitz is this allows you to call in and talk about Auburn, Alabama. We love high school sports here in the state of Alabama, and if there is a better time of the year for someone that loves high school sports than Week 10 of the high school football season heading into the playoffs next week as we had the last region matchups this past Friday night. There is no better time than right now, Andy. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Sorry if you're a baseball fan. There's basketball fans out there, but for a lot of us it's football, and we love it.
No doubt about it. We'll talk some high school football, talk about what happened this past week, and preview the upcoming week, the last week of the regular season. A lot of teams taking this week off, but we'll talk about that, maybe preview the playoffs a little bit, and maybe who Benjamin Russell is going to see, some of the other teams. Auburn will play a football game this weekend, as well as Alabama. Auburn will travel to College Station, take on Texas A&M. Alabama will welcome in LSU, which is actually a pivotal game. If LSU could somehow find a way to beat Alabama, they would probably cruise on into Atlanta, winning the SEC West, because their schedule does not look very daunting with the likes of Tennessee and Arkansas and Texas A&M. Texas A&M having never beaten LSU. We'll talk about some SEC football as well. We might play a little over-under.
I like games.
Okay. We'll do a little over-under and get his take on what he thinks the Tigers and the Aggies will be up to this Saturday. But first, Cameron Petway.
Let's stay there. It's hard to come into this program. My texts are blowing up, and I'm sure other Auburn fans and a lot of Alabama fans, because our good friend Luke Robinson has sent more texts than anybody else after this news comes out. Cameron Petway, if you're just tuning in, just seeing that out indefinitely, is the story out of Auburn.
Now, backstory here. Suspended game 1
All right,
due to...
Let me play a little fact
Okay.
and what if with you. Did I sound like you right there? A little fact and what if. Andy, is it a fact that before game 1, Sean White, Kyle Davis, and Cameron Petway were suspended for violations which all of us had heard centered around drugs?
Fact.
Is it a fact that as the season progressed, Kyle Davis and Sean White exit the team with the exact same story that we heard to start the season?
Fact.
Okay.
I know for sure Sean White. I'm assuming Kyle Davis.
All right, so I'm just playing one more fact for you. Is it a fact that last week, we didn't break any story?
No.
Did you break a story?
No.
Or you like looking at the message boards, though, don't you, Andy?
I do from time to time.
Auburn fans do, Alabama fans, we all love message boards. So I didn't break this, but I sure saw it last week, and I saw a lot of people replying to it. And it looked like Cameron Petway was in the same doghouse that Sean White and Kyle Davis were in. Is that a fact that we saw that with my own 2 eyes last week before the game? Not before the game.
That was bandied about. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
I don't know if it happened. I can't say I wasn't there, but it was bandied about as though it were.
Okay, now back to today's news. What if there was a meeting of the minds and a determination could not be made on whether to let him go from the team or to give him an opportunity to make things right and keep him around, because he was a Heisman Trophy contender before the season and has clearly, hopefully, turned the corner the previous game that we had hoped we'd have seen Cameron Petway all season long. What if a nagging injury pops up to try to, at least, I don't want to be as blunt as cover up, but to try to move the story away from reality? What if? Could you see it?
Oh, of course.
And what if there was an injury that you could still be walking around on the sideline, seem to be doing okay? What if? What kind of injury would that be? Could it be a scapula?
First of all, I've never heard of anybody breaking their scapula. I'm sure it's happened. I've never heard of that before.
And I'm not saying that is not reality.
Okay.
Could be.
Maybe he fell down the stairs.
Could be. Could have heard it in a football game.
Could he?
Absolutely, you could.
Not last week.
Not trying to make light of this, but
didn't happen last week's game.
No. And this news was out last week.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This story was hot and heavy. We talked about it middle of the week. We didn't hit on it hard. I'm not privy to inside sources. I don't write for Auburn. We consider ourselves a fan show. We have good back and forth. We consider ourselves good water cooler talk. Either like us or you don't. You got to watch us. But that's the way I consider myself. Is that not kind of how you see yourself?
Sure.
As a fan, I'm sitting here and I saw that news come out today and I said, boy, I got to look like the dumbest man in America. Our fan base is clearly looks like the dunces of America. We don't read message boards. We don't believe any of them that we read. We can't get stories out of Auburn. What happened with softball? Who knows? I don't. Can't get any answers out of that place. What happened with basketball? Who knows? Can't get any answers out of that place. So I'm kicking it to you, Andy. Do you see all of this as a sign that there's more to this story than meets the eye?
Yes, most definitely. And look, it wouldn't be the first time that the coaching staff put out an injury to protect a player or to cover up or to mask something else that was going on. It just seems a little too fishy. I mean, there's a dead cat in the woodpile somewhere, Randy, and it stinks.
Kind of like McElwain.
That thing's starting to rot.
Remember mine and your talk on Monday?
Yes.
Think Sexton's letting $8 million hang out on the table just because he's a good fella?
Yeah.
You know, things didn't go well at Florida, so instead of taking my $13 million, I'm going to cut it down to $4 million. Hey, business doesn't work that way. There's more to that story than meets the eye.
How much of a percent of that Sexton would he have gotten? I mean, he gets how much? 20? 15?
I would say somewhere between 10 and 20%. I don't know the exact number.
You think he's letting that go?
No. Not only that, it's precedent. He represents all of the major coaches in the SEC, doesn't he?
Most of them.
Do you think that he wants to set a precedent? And I'm sorry we're bouncing around on a story, but if you're just tuning in, you haven't watched Andy and I on Auburn Blitz talking about that earlier this week, McElwain looks like his buyout's going to go from somewhere around $12.7 million down to $4 million. His agent represents most of the coaches. You think he wants to set a precedent that just because you don't coach well that you're going to give up $8 million? No, more to the story than what we're getting. And there's not a whole lot of investigative reporting going on in today's world. There's a whole bunch of me and you out there.
Right, a whole bunch of message boards.
And I'll say that. I know what we are. I'm proud of it. You ain't got to watch us. You ain't got to listen to us. But getting to the real stories here are hard to do, Andy. I'd love to hear them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure we are. That's the problem. But I tell you what, we'll try to figure it out during the break because we are up against a break. And we are just getting started on this edition of Sports Blitz Live. Be sure to join us on the other side. We're brought to you by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. At Main Street Family Urgent Care, we want you to know one of the benefits of our clinic. We have a self-pay option that allows you to get the most out of your visit. That means you don't have to worry about receiving a large bill after your visit. $125 covers all in-house labs, stitches, x-rays, or injections, and we have a selection of antibiotics available in the clinic. We want you to feel better fast at Main Street Family Urgent Care, open 7 days a week in Alexander City across the street from Walmart.
Heal better, feel better fast.
So Dave here is taking the family up to the lake for the weekend, but without the white knuckles this time. Because his new 2018 Ford F-150 has Bliss with trailer coverage. It's Brainiac smart. Not only does it watch your F-150's blind spots, it's got your trailer covered too. One less thing to spoil the weekend. No, it can't make the fish bite, but maybe they'll work on that. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Ready to put some fun in your life? Whether it's Central or East Alabama, North Alabama, West Georgia, or wherever you're from, Fun Carts of Opelika is your authorized easy-go kart dealer that has no limits on a perfect easy-go kart. Whether it's a fully customized kart or a stock-made kart, we'll deliver it on time and at the best price. Fun Carts gives you the service after the sale, so no matter if it's hunting, tailgating, motorhoming, fleet rental, or just a better way to get around, Fun Carts of Opelika has it and will customize it to your needs. Visit us in Opelika or call us or visit online for the best easy-go carts. Put a little fun in your life with Fun Carts of Opelika.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Bice Motors in Alexander City. Brian and his crew offer the latest lines of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, as well as the best used inventory around. Guaranteed lowest price. Bice.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live on this Tuesday evening. Andy and Randy here with you until 9 o'clock. Joined by our good friend Brett Pritchard on the phone now, talking about Cameron Petway and his mysterious scapula break.
Well, it is Halloween, guys. And first of all, let me ask y'all this. I've got some oceanfront property in Arizona if y'all would like to buy it. Anybody want to buy that?
I'm taking it that Brett Pritchard, you're not buying this one, are you, buddy?
You know, I may be gullible and I may be stupid about some things, but you know, man, just come up with something better. I mean, I just don't understand why over and over we get talked to like dummies, and we get talked to like, you know, second, third grade children, and that we can just take everything at face value and just go right along with it. Oh, he must have gotten injured. He must have broken his scapula in practice this week. What's today, Tuesday? When did they start back practicing? Sunday? They had all last week off. And so they get back to practice and he breaks his scapula? I don't know. And you know what? I will retract everything I say and everything that we've all said, and I'll eat crow if Cameron Petway really has a broken shoulder blade. But I don't think I've ever even heard of that in football.
I can see that, but it's back to everything we heard last week. It's back to the message board talks. It's back to where there's smoke, there's at least some fire. And as Auburn fans, where we've seen smoke or where we've heard smoke, there's a lot of fire.
Well, there was a lot of smoke, Randy, last week.
That's what I was saying.
A lot of smoke. That's right. And there's got to be an ember somewhere that's ready to explode. And, you know, I think Auburn thinks things are more tight-lipped from an interior standpoint than they really are. Because I got word last week that some people were really upset that a certain amount of news got out about Cameron Petway, and they just couldn't believe it got out and how fast it got out. And who did it come from? And I told X person, I'm not going to say who it is, but I told X person that they may need to check themselves at the door. Auburn interior athletic department and coaching staff may need to have an internal meeting and check everybody at the door to say, look, well, there's only one way this stuff's getting out. And it's not a drone that's flying over the athletic department with some type of X-ray vision that can shoot through concrete to see into the meeting. It has to be getting leaks from outside. But it gets leaked from outside, and then they try to bash it with and dismiss it with bogus stuff like this today. I mean, I just, you know, I couldn't even believe it. We went on the air with Auburn Blitz, and I looked at Andy and I said, let me interrupt you because I'm getting some breaking news going on right now. And then it was coming through, and now that Cameron Petway was injured. And everybody was tweeting out the same thing. He's going to be out for a undetermined amount of time. Well, he didn't go into how he did it, when he did it, whatever. And none of that was discussed. You know, so the first thing I look over at Andy and say is, Well, that leaves the door wide open for all this speculation. You can squelch a lot of that by just giving a little bit of information. You don't have to tell everything. You say, look, man, yesterday, caught a bad break. Cameron Petway injured his scapula in practice, and we're going to evaluate it. And for right now, he's not going to be available for Texas A&M. Can't you say that? Can you not say that and make everybody feel a little bit better? Now all these things start running through your head about, well, where was he? Was he out this weekend doing something he wasn't supposed to do? Did he get hit in the back with a chair? Was somebody, did he get in a fight with somebody? I mean, what happened? Everything but did he really get hurt in practice came through my mind.
And here's the issue, Brett, is the 3 players that were out to start the season, 2 of those are gone now for the same reasons they were out to start the season. Now we got another important player right here that at least a lot of fires out there, at least there's smoke out there around the same issues where you lose the other 2. It's hard not to speculate. It's hard as a fan not to sit there and say, man, something's got to be to this.
Well, why does it have to continue to be this way? Why do we, and I told Andy today, guys, on the show that, Auburn could just show up and be normal this year. They'd be a top 10 team, a top 5 team. There's so much bad stuff going on in college football, and there's so many programs right now that are in disarray that Auburn actually looks like they kind of have their stuff together sitting at 6-2 right now. I mean, coaches are dropping left and right. Just, Florida State is just in shambles because they can't seem to find any answer. They keep getting worse. And you look around the SEC, and 3/4 of the SEC, maybe more, maybe 80%, is mediocre to below that. And Auburn just has to stay in the news with negative talk by lack of discipline, secrets, not knowing what's going on. I mean, that's the stuff that frustrates you over and over. Randy, you kind of bought into Malzahn again, but then something like this comes out and it can make you just go right against him. I don't know. You may still be, for him. You may still think he's good. I mean, it's these things. You fool me once, like George Bush said, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, can't get fooled again. I mean, I guess he thinks that Auburn fans are just as gullible as anybody that's ever been born.
I'll devil's advocate that, though. Am I to sit here and believe that these reasons that Auburn have players dropping off are not happening in other programs? Am I supposed to believe that, or am I supposed to believe that Gus Malzahn puts a line in the sand and says enough's enough? After a while, you're gone. I'm gonna run a tight ship here. I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting here speculating on both fronts.
Well, and I think you can't make an honest answer on that, Randy, because you don't know what the truth is. I mean, me and you and Andy both all know and been privy to some information this week that we feel pretty certain is accurate, that has nothing to do with Cameron Petway breaking a shoulder blade, and it happened way before all this. So now, is this just a cover-up? And as you and I talked off the air earlier, an opportunity for Auburn to say, look, if he does some things and if he can make up for it and do some extra work, we can bring him back at the end of the year and we can say, oh, well, it's healed up, everything's all hunky-dory now. I don't know, man, because I don't know what the truth is anymore. And I think that's why Andy has just written everything off here lately, is that I think he's just been lied to, and we've all been lied to so many times that we just finally just end up saying, okay, I'm just done with that.
Brett, thank you, buddy. We're up against a break. We appreciate the phone call tonight.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere. More of Sportz Blitz Live on the way right after this.
Ask what makes it the best 3 Series ever, and we'll tell you it has more advanced suspension and steering, or even more control of the road. And it's near perfectly balanced to put performance first. But ask if we're aware the competition mimics us just to keep up? No comment. The BMW 3 Series.
Visit BMW of Columbus on Whittlesey Boulevard or shop bmwofcolumbus.com.
Homeowners all over Alabama have discovered that when you need your flooring clean, whether it's carpet, upholstery, or any manner of hard surfaces, there's no clean like Peaches and Clean. Serving Auburn, the Chattahoochee Valley, Montgomery, Birmingham, and the Lake Martin area. Call 866-837-6937, 866-837-6937, or visit peachesandclean.com. Caring for your floor and a whole lot more.
There's no clean like Peaches and Clean.
TPE Power Equipment is now the trusted name for all your mower and power equipment needs. Whether it's our original Tallahassee location or Opelika location on Fredericks Road, we've got East Alabama covered with the best brands of mowers and power equipment from Husqvarna, Toro, Kawasaki, Echo, and Honda. Right now, get commercial strength Husqvarna zero-turn mowers with our fleet program that offers deep discounts, easy finance, and bonus handheld equipment in one solid package. TPE of Opelika and Tallahassee are the new standard of everything power equipment in East Alabama.
Lake Area Realty is Lake Martin's Century 21 real estate company that proudly serves all the Lake Martin area. Rhonda Gaskin and her staff of caring professional realtors offer full sales for buyers and sellers in the area and can even help you with finding rentals or managing your current property. Whether it's your dream lake home, waterfront property, area family home in town, or just a starter home, Lake Area Realty can handle it all and advise you on all your needs. Buying and selling real estate is important to the professionals at Century 21. Lake Area Realty are your friends in real estate. Call or visit lakearearealty.net.
The Lennox iComfort S30 thermostat can sense changes in your environment. It even knows when you come and go. So now your home's most important system is also the smartest.
Farnell Mechanical gives you the smartest home comfort system available. It knows when you're away and adjusts when allergens and humidity get uncomfortable.
Trust Farnell Mechanical to provide perfect air for your family.
What perfect feels like. Lennox.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime at the all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Every new and pre-owned vehicle, just one dime down. Plus credit amnesty. Bring home $350 a week, get up to $30,000 in credit.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
10 acres, 1,000 vehicles, just one dime down.
Folks, you've just got to see this place.
The all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Call 800-NEXT-RIDE.
This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air, your authorized East Central Alabama train dealer. Call Advanced Heating and Air. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live. Andy and Randy here with you until 9 o'clock this evening, talking about anything you'd like to talk about in the world of sports. 256-2346-221. The phone lines are lighting up, so let's go to the phone line.
Caller, you're on Sportz Blitz.
Hey, y'all, this is Peaches from Russellville.
I recognize Peaches' voice there. I hadn't heard that name in a long time, JC.
Well, yeah, it's funny how you don't hear names like that and sticks and stuff and, things like that. But, I don't know, I just wanted to call. Enjoy watching y'all.
JC, before we let you go, how much reality is there behind this Petway story, or what part of you believes there's more to it?
I mean, why does Gus have to lie so much? I don't understand. I mean, and this may be true, like Luke said. It may be all factual, but Gus has blatantly lied to us so many times. It's just, I don't understand why he has to do it.
Well, that's what we're trying to fight through here, and thank you for the phone call, JC. We really appreciate it, buddy.
Andy, we're going to go to a basketball game this year?
I'm all for it.
But the question is, who's going to be playing in it?
Heck, they might get us to come out there and play.
They're in trouble. They're in as much trouble as they're already in. And thank you for the phone call, JC. Hey, Auburn is going to know something. First scrimmage on the 2nd. Is that right?
First exhibition game.
If you're suspended, you can't play.
So what Pearl said.
Alabama has a scrimmage this past weekend. It's a closed-door scrimmage against.
Well, now Auburn had a closed-door scrimmage against Georgia Tech.
Okay.
This is a public,
All right, what was the story around the Georgia Tech scrimmage for Auburn?
Said that Auburn won, but Pearl said they learned a lot, and one of those kind of things. No statistics came out, but they did say Auburn did win.
Same with Alabama against Baylor. Looked like an 8-point win for Alabama against Baylor in a closed-door scrimmage, and Colin Sexton had 15 points. Mm-hmm. So I guess we're to believe that Colin Sexton's playing basketball at Alabama this year. All is good.
Sure. Why would he not?
Why do I say it on Auburn Blitz a lot, but I don't know that I say it here. There's so much up in the air with college basketball season. I'm having a harder time to get into it this year because I really don't know when the FBI is going to come knocking again and what the story is. How about you?
I usually kind of ease into the college basketball season. But I get interested about halfway through. But with the subpoena that Auburn got, I'm assuming they got all the information they needed to in when it needed to be in, and we're going to start knowing some facts from that here pretty soon with the season starting with, I think, was it November 9th?
Yes.
That
FBI.
Chuck Persons, whatever, trial is supposed to begin. So surely we'll find out something because Pearl has made it known, and he's playing it like he should to say, look, I don't know which two players. You redacted that information. I mean, we can all surmise, but he says, look, I can't say for sure who they are, so therefore, what am I supposed to do, sit the entire team? I can't do that, so I got to play everybody, right?
Good question.
So, hey.
Let's spin over. Talk a little Alabama. I'm going to kick a couple of questions your way in.
Okay.
All right. Alabama, what's the line here? 3 touchdowns?
I can't remember. Yeah.
Line 21, somewhere around 21. So I guess when the line's 21, do you try to look at both sides and look at Alabama fans out there and say what part of this game scares you? Because when you're favored by 3 touchdowns, you've got to just be looking for something that's going to keep the opposing team in the ball game.
Sure.
And for LSU, I guess, is can they find the running game? Can Geis get back to the player?
Healthy.
He does look healthy. You'll look at the rushing attack for LSU. They're now 5th in the conference, 28th nationally, averaging 216 yards per game. Alabama, on the defensive side of the ball, number 1 in the conference, number 1 nationally, only giving up 66 yards per game. I can't see LSU's quarterback beating Alabama.
No.
So you have to, if you're an LSU fan, don't you need to run the football for 150 yards to stay in this thing?
At least, yes. That'd be the goal, certainly. But Etling against Auburn, I thought he made some pretty good throws. I thought he made some pretty good decisions. Now he wasn't. That was one of the things that Auburn couldn't. Auburn couldn't get to him the way I thought they could, or the way I thought they needed to. Alabama, averaging six, almost 7 tackles for loss a game. Averaging nearly 3 sacks a game. That's where LSU's probably got a little bit of an advantage. Number 2 in the conference, 3.25 sacks per game, really getting after the quarterback. That and special teams. LSU ran a punt back for a touchdown against Auburn. Now that'll help your statistics a great deal, but can they do something like that? Because they're going to have to. I don't think they can play. Well, I know they can't play Alabama straight up. This team certainly can't, and win that game on the road. They're going to have something in special teams happen. Alabama's going to have to put it on the ground a couple of times, or Jalen Hurts is going to throw it to the other team. And I'm not talking about throw it an interception in the red zone, LSU's red zone. I'm talking about throw a pick 6 or something like that for LSU to, I think, hang around and make this a fourth quarter game.
You look at the defensive numbers for LSU, they're right there in the middle of the pack, maybe slightly better. In the SEC, they're 5th overall in total defense, giving up 320 yards per game. 7th overall, giving up almost 150 yards per game. That's not a good stat
in
favor of LSU against this Alabama team. Sixth in the conference, giving up about 173 yards passing per game. The number that I would be really scared of if I was an LSU fan, and that's turnovers gained. Only 9 turnovers gained for LSU on the defensive side of the ball, 15 for Alabama. Big separation in national numbers and big separation in SEC numbers. If LSU loses the turnover battle, Katie bar the door, watch out.
Yep, I think you're exactly right. And you know, Ettling's apt to throw a pick or two. Now, you know, LSU's only given it away 6 times, so they haven't been, you know, they haven't been very generous in that way. But one of those fumbles was against Auburn, one of those giveaways, when they converted a long third down, the first third down of the game, and the receiver just fumbles the ball about 2 seconds after he catches it. So that helped Auburn. You know, if Alabama wants to be, they're going to have to be generous like that for LSU.
Quick note, as Luke Robinson, by the way, find us on Sports Blitz Live on our Facebook page. We're on Facebook Live there, and you can comment to us as he did right here. Our question is, as an Alabama fan with a 21.5 point favorite here in the line, can you find something that really scares you at all about this LSU team? And Luke said Jalen Hurts. He feels like he's really hurt, running timidly.
Yeah.
Not all out like we've seen last year and this year. That could be of concern, I guess.
It could be. Let's. We're up against another break. We'll kind of continue this, push it over to the next segment, talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. More to come on this edition of Sports Blitz Live right after this.
If you've been putting off that new heating and air unit in your home because of the upfront expenses, Williams Plumbing of Alexander City now has primary financing from Synchrony and can now install brand new heating and cooling systems with 0 down, longer terms, and a competitive rate. Call Williams Plumbing at 256-329-8488 and get a free quote and terms and upgrade up to $35,000 in work with approved credit. Williams Plumbing stands behind their work with on-time affordable service for all your heating and air needs, as well as plumbing for 0 down financing and great service. Williams Plumbing.
When enjoying the lake this season, make sure to drop by Harbor Point Marina for all your gas, snacks, boating supplies, and beverage needs. Harbor Point also wants you to come see our remaining 2017 Crest pontoons, priced to move at all-season pricing. Harbor Point Crest sales have been tremendous, and they're ready to unload their remaining 2017 Crest Tritoons to make way for the 2018 order. Come see the best in pontoons at our 2017 season closeout prices. Act now because inventory is limited, and enjoy your new Crest pontoon this year. For all your on-water needs and sacrifice pricing on Crest pontoons, get to the point. Harbor Point at Still Waters on Lake Martin.
Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gills. Selection and price, got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you. Gotta get to Gills. Selection and price. Gotta get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Bills Electric is your local expert for LED lighting retrofits for commercial and industrial applications. Bills Electric can survey your facility and develop lighting retrofit solutions utilizing the latest in LED technology and controls. In many cases, energy savings alone can generate a payback of 2 years or less. Additionally, LED lighting has an expected lifespan of up to 100,000 hours. Call the Lamborns today at 256-234-4555.
At A&M Plumbing, you can count on us for dependable, quality service. Our staff is professional, neat, clean, and courteous. We're a fully licensed and insured plumbing company. Call on A&M Plumbing for any plumbing, sewer, or septic problems. We provide a comprehensive line of plumbing repair and installation services to keep your home's plumbing systems in top order. When you need plumbing service, call on the professionals at A&M Plumbing. Service at its best, when you need it most.
We love football season.
Don't pass on these deals.
Drive a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab 4x2 Express for $289 down, $289 a month during Ram Power Days at Bice Motors.
Score big and save all season long.
Lease the all-new redesigned 2017 Jeep Compass Latitude for just $149 a month.
Drive in for the savings. Drive out with the win.
Come see us in Alex City. PriceChryslerDodge.com.
This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Dark Insurance, offering insurance for all your personal needs, including auto, boat, homeowners, and disability. Don't be in the dark. Call Dark Insurance at 256-234-5026.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live on this Halloween evening. Hope all of you out there are being safe and no issues with the candy.
We'll have a lot of candy around my house.
Yeah, a lot of candy around everywhere.
At the grandparents' house, probably hitting up some neighbors. My son's of the age now where he eats a whole bag.
What's the costume tonight?
He's a Ninja Turtle.
Ah. And what's?
She's been a princess, and she was a ghost. She was kind of a ghost-looking character this morning, I think. It may have just been a shirt that said boo.
Okay.
But he's a Ninja Turtle.
Ninja Turtle, hey, I'm all for it.
He's bounced around, you know. He's on Thomas the Train for a while now. He's been on Ninja Turtles. He's been a Smurf fan. Likes a lot of the old cartoons.
He's like, hey, man, dude loves the 80s.
Justin, don't knock him. He likes 80s stuff.
Hey, who's better than that? All right, let's close out the Alabama talk, and not a moment too soon. Let's go with a little over-under. Alabama averaging 500 yards of total offense. LSU averaging giving up 319. Let's put the over-under. Alabama, 460 yards of offense. Over-under.
Under.
Okay. All right. LSU averaging 417, Alabama giving up 236. Let's put the over-under at 315 total yards for LSU.
Under.
Going under.
Yes.
So Alabama's going to end up with 500, and LSU's going to end up with
probably
about 280, 260.
I think the better chance is that Alabama ends up somewhere between 500 and 600 yards, and LSU gets about $150.
Oh my. Really?
Yeah.
I think that's
unfortunately.
Whew.
I'm picking with my heart.
Yeah, really.
And then reality hits.
Alabama averaging 43 points a game. LSU averaging giving up 20. Let's put it at 31 for Alabama. Over, under.
I'm going to say over.
Okay. Going to be a big day for Alabama.
Big day for Alabama. Again, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. LSU averaging scoring 27. Alabama averaging giving up 9.8. So almost 10. Let's put it at 14 points for the LSU Tigers.
I'm going to say under.
Going to be a long day for those in the Bayou. Let's see here. Let's go with Jalen Hurts, maybe possibly injured.
Could be.
Could be. Let's say 250 total yards for Jalen Hurts.
This one's hard. I'm going to say under.
Okay.
I'm going to say
running game goes well.
Running game with LSU giving up right at 150 yards rushing a game. They don't need much more than to pound it out.
Again, Jalen Hurts, if he's a little gimpy. LSU averaging 3.2 sacks a game. Alabama only averaging giving up 1.3. Let's put it at 2.5 sacks for LSU.
Under.
Going under.
Yeah.
Not getting to the quarterback.
Not getting there.
Not getting to the
I have no confidence in LSU.
I'm getting that impression.
You should. Which makes that loss when Auburn's up by several touchdowns even harder to take, Andy. I mean, how far are you away from what I'm saying?
No, I'm right there with you.
Okay.
No 20-point come back here for.
No.
No.
Alabama won't get. I mean, I don't think Etling can make the plays on Alabama's defense that he made on Auburn's. I don't know if that is
secondaries. Yeah, that I would agree. That's the thing. Alabama. That's why they've had so much, I think, success and so much more success as far as just really taking LSU out of the game. Is just suffocating them and not letting them get any kind of emotion. I think LSU plays. That's when they are at their best, is when they play with emotion.
That's what
and
Auburn
LSU
gave
can
them
just
a chance
strangle
to do.
them. Yes.
You know,
let them back in the game, and let them hang around. Let them get, let them get fired up. Let them go on a drive to end the half, climb back in it, and but we were fine.
all's good.
All was good.
Nothing to see.
How much could they score on that defense? Well, we found out. Anything else to put a bow on this one? No, I mean, I
mean, what do you see the score? Put your prediction out there.
Oh, boy. I would say I could see a 31-10. I could 34-7 type game.
Yeah, I think LSU plays decent football defensively and loses 34-10. I mean, what does that say? That's where this is.
Yeah, it's where we've come to.
Man.
It's just not really that. I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Alabama fans, do you really, in your heart of hearts, expect any more? Every Alabama fan I talked to after the road win against Texas A&M were utterly disgusted. Disgusted. We played awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Oh, most of the ones I talked to thought they played awful against Arkansas. Every week it's, if we'd have been playing a real team, we'd have gotten beat.
We'd been in trouble.
We'd have been. And I think they're just trying to coddle me, But,
which I know it's early to say, but do we really think that Georgia, with a quarterback throwing 6 to 8 times a game, is all of that?
I don't think they're not at that level, but they're a good team.
I think they're a good team, but I don't think they're – I think 3 teams in the West could play with them very easily, including LSU.
Interesting.
I do. I mean, I don't look at Chubb and Michelle maybe, but I don't look over there and go, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Next coming. Dynamic duo. Nick Chubb and Sony Michel. Do you think that way?
No.
I don't either. And so you're going to have a quarterback throwing 7 times? They're going to be the premier team? I'm not bought into Kirby Smart yet either. I'm going to eat crow here at some point.
Well, I think you're right to be patient. I think that's the order of the day. Up against the break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Sportz Blitz Live presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air right after this.
Why buy your next car from Lynch Nissan of Auburn?
U.S. AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else. Craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. AmeriBank difference. U.S. AmeriBank. Banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump.
need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. Now is the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17 season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Tune with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your expressway to saving.
Do not buy a car this week
until you check out Hyundai of Auburn.
Max trade value, max savings,
my max markdowns,
max credit union and other lenders ready to approve with the max warranty.
America's best 10 years.
When we deal, we pay off your trade no matter what you owe.
And like Christmas, it's just once a year.
And only one place, Hyundai of Auburn.
Get down here today.
This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Satterfield on Highway 280 in Alex City. Satterfield is the Lake Martin area's Big Green Egg and Accessories headquarters.
Welcome back, everyone. Sportz Blitz Live. Switching gears, talking about the Auburn Tigers as they're traveling to College Station this Saturday. Auburn 6-2, 4-1 in the SEC, taking on Texas A&M 5-3, 3-2. In the SEC, coming off an embarrassing loss, actually, to Mississippi State, 35-14. Texas A&M is a difficult team to read this year. Beat Arkansas in overtime, but give up 43 to the Razorbacks. Go on the road, beat South Carolina 24-17. Play Alabama tough at home, lose 19-27. Go on the road and beat a bad Florida team, 19-17. But then come home, this one's kind of inexplicable, give up 35 to Mississippi State. Think Mississippi State's that good?
No.
That's incorrect. They are not. But you look at the numbers, I mean, very out of character. If one thing Texas A&M under Kevin Sumlin has been, the offense has always put up about nearly 500 yards of offense. That's just kind of a staple. Hadn't played defense yet, but this year, 387. And a part of that, they started Nick Starkel. He got hurt early. They've had to throw the freshman in there, Kellen Mond, and they've passing has kind of gone by the wayside. Not his strong suit, but just have not been a very potent offense altogether. But when you look at the matchup, Auburn's a 15-point favorite, going on the road. Upsets have been, I think, the story more often than not in this series. But this would really be an upset, would it not?
Yes, it would. But as an Auburn fan sitting here, and Cameron Petway clearly out until who knows when, I don't know how much that line or if it does change with Petway going out. Do you change the line at all with Petway going out in your mind?
No.
Don't.
I don't know. I mean, why would you factor him in that much anyway?
Who is A&M is the question. Is it the team that defensively played fairly well against a very good Alabama offense? This is the number one offense in the conference. Is that who they are? Is Kellen Mond the player that we saw against Alabama that was a playmaker? made plays to close out the football game, throwing the football, a little versatile, can move out of the pocket, make some plays? Or is he what we've seen in other games? Anybody that gets run out the gym by Mississippi State this year with Nick Fitzgerald back there at quarterback, I have a hard time getting away from that. But unfortunately, this is the exact same way I felt going into LSU. The exact same way I felt going into LSU.
Yeah.
A Danny Etling-led team can't beat an Auburn team that's sound defensively. Running game doesn't scare me. Go up by 3 touchdowns, tank it out, tank city. So I don't know what to believe. I don't know who we are.
Unfortunately, what scares me is Christian Kirk. Running punts back.
Yeah.
Running kickoffs back. Special teams, things like that. And plus, if there's one thing that A&M does well, they get in the backfield. Number 1 in the SEC, 7.6 tackles for loss a game. They get after the quarterback, 3.75 sacks per game. That's number 1 in the SEC. That's something that Auburn has had trouble with this year. If there's one thing that Cameron Petway could do, even injured, he could block. I mean, he'd take you out. You see that?
Yes.
He knocked some poor linebacker in the next week, last week against Arkansas. But, if you get after Stidham a little bit, cause a couple of turnovers, Texas A&M could easily win this game.
You could spin it that Stidham's been a different quarterback since Clemson.
Sure.
And we thought that until the second half of LSU.
Yeah.
And he went back to the same quarterback that we struggled with at Clemson. So what we're doing here is breaking down the matchups. And the matchup with a defense that can put pressure on a quarterback is not a very good matchup for Auburn throwing the football. Do you agree?
Yes.
I mean, I'm worried. I've been worried. I'm a little less worried by anybody that loses to 21 to Mississippi State. I'm sorry, Mississippi State fans. You hadn't had close football games.
No.
With we're a little above average Auburn teams the last few years. You haven't had close football games. So if Mississippi State and Fitzgerald can put up the numbers running the football, 110 yards rushing for Fitzgerald last week. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the same? This guy right here, he looks like a superstar against average defenses and good defenses. Oh, man. He looks like the wing T quarterback.
So obviously they're not a good defense.
No.
And we knew that.
But for them to hold Alabama to 27, that's good enough.
I think Alabama held themselves to 27.
If we scored 27, can A&M beat us?
Normally I would say no. But it's Auburn, so maybe.
What do y'all think?
That little over-under, Randall. 435 total yards of offense for Auburn.
I'm going to say over.
Going big, huh?
Voting with my heart, buddy.
340 total yards for Texas A&M.
I'm going to say over.
Going to be a back-and-forth game a little bit.
Yep.
35 points for Auburn.
I'm going to say under.
20 points for Texas A&M.
I'm going to say over.
So what's this looking like, a 31-28 type game?
31-24, 28-24.
Oh, golly. You and Brad Easterwood. 29 carries for Kerryon Johnson.
Ooh. I'll say slightly under.
Slightly under. 3.5 sacks for Texas A&M.
I'm going to say over.
Oh, boy. You really think this is going to be
I think it's going. It has.
This is not going to be the Missouri, Ole Miss,
no.
Mississippi State.
I think it has all signs point to LSU.
Trouble.
LSU.
Dogfight.
You think A&M's any worse than LSU?
Yes.
You think LSU's better than A&M?
I do.
I don't.
Okay. I think LSU's defense is a lot better than A&M's.
LSU's defense is pretty good whenever you get the momentum going their way. Hey, look, stuck in mud until we decided that we wanted to tank it in.
Yeah.
And then they
but
got
they're better coached and they're better athletes, I think, top to bottom. But
I think you'll see this weekend what LSU is.
Oh, I know what LSU is. I'm just saying comparing them to Texas A&M. We're up against another break here. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back. How about let's talk a little high school football when we come back. More of the Sports Blitz Live right after this.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At US AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, US AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the US AmeriBank difference. US AmeriBank, banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Centricon termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
A1 Four Seasons, a division of Jackson Refrigeration, is Central Alabama's Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer. With the summer months approaching, the temperatures are rising, and so will your power bill if you don't have one of the latest 410A heat pumps. With R22 Freon prices on the rise, now is the time to make the switch to a new, more efficient unit that will save you hundreds of dollars on your yearly power bill. Call A1 Four Seasons at 256-234-4457. What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold, and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh.
You can count on the caring team at Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation. Our services include physical, speech, and occupational therapy. Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation, 256-329-9061.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Alex City Marine, the Lake Martin area's premier new and used boat and motor dealership. Find out more at alexcitymarine.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Hour number 2 of the program this evening. Happy Halloween to everyone out there. Talking a little high school football with Randall Lee here. Wetumpka 27, Benjamin Russell 17. Benjamin Russell had their chances in this game. It just seemed to was it the drive right before the first half, I think, was the one that was the killer.
It was. Almost kickoff return for touchdown. Nice open field tackle on the other side, on the Benjamin Russell side of the field. Get the ball at about the 40 is what my memory's telling me. And, a little bit of reverse. flea flicker move, back to the backup quarterback, 6'4", 215-pound kid, throws a dart on a post pattern to about the 5-yard line, walk into the end zone. We don't have a guy within 30 yards. It's just a great play call. And it's a very good Wetumpka team. And I like to start with the positives when we lose because I'm real proud of our kids. I think that, to me, you hate to say you're playing above your head because the kids don't think that. But when I watch us and I look at the opposing side and I see multiple Division I talented players on the other side, it's a tough, but we had plenty of opportunities. Had a drop touchdown pass, tough play for a young kid, and we've all dropped them from time to time, and he'll get more opportunities. But Kowaliga Smoke is a very good football player, and he makes good football players look mediocre. And you sit up there in the booth and you go, man, we're not setting an edge. And I catch myself doing color, and I'm passionate, and I'm into the football game, and I'm begging and I'm pleading for us to do things that seem clear in my mind's eye, but you also have to put yourself back in that position. Put a helmet back on your head and think about all the tackles you missed in your lifetime. And it was a whole bunch of them for this guy sitting over here. And a guy like that makes decent players look average. And he makes angles not look good anymore. And Smoke, by the way, has an offer to South Carolina as a running back. This is what I heard. Florida is offered as a linebacker. He's sitting there at 6'1", 215, 220 pounds, but with legs that he could clearly hold 240 pounds easily.
Wow.
Very good player, second-team All-State performer as a junior last year, and he had about 160 yards rushing and controlled the game. The thing with Wetumpka is their quarterback, though, Martin. He's a little bit injured after the Opelika game, which is the only loss for Wetumpka this year. But he made enough plays with his legs to cause problems and can really throw the football around. So good luck to Wetumpka. They're 9-1 now. Their lone loss coming to Opelika on the last-second field goal on the road at Opelika. Nothing to hang your head down about that. So they'll go into the playoffs as the number 1 seed. Benjamin Russell looks to be the number 2 seed. And if all signs continue the way that they are, it looks like it will be Saraland coming up from the Mobile region to play Benjamin Russell as the 3 seed coming out of that region. That will be a first-round matchup here at the Sportplex. Should be a really good one. We hope that a lot of you will plan to come out here in the next couple of weeks as we're on here in the local market. One thing that, and G's on here, and one thing that I'm excited about is we're going to welcome back our first Benjamin Russell team that made it to a state championship game, which was 20 whole years ago, Andy. That's how old we're getting, my friend.
I can't believe that.
And 97 team will be welcomed back and recognized before the game.
That's the one that went to Jeff Davis, right?
One that went to Jeff Davis and one in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
One that welcomed in a Vestavia Hills team who went on to win a state championship in fine fashion.
Russell goes up 28-0?
Went up 28-0. Vestavia fights back and takes it to overtime, and I think we win 45-42.
Yeah.
Something like that. And every game in the playoffs is won on a field goal.
Tuscaloosa County?
Tuscaloosa County.
That's back when they were good.
Very good team.
And what happened to them?
They've had up and down since then. They've had some pretty decent teams along the stretch, but nonetheless, we're looking forward to bringing that team back and doing what's deserved and recognizing a team that had been out of school for multiple years and many others were excited about in this community because it's really the first time we ever got over the hump.
Yeah.
And we've been knocking on the door for a decade, but we lose 7-4 in the playoffs, 7-0 in the playoffs, games like that. So for them to win, it was a special time here. So looking forward to that.
But before that, Beauregard this weekend, this Friday night.
Best high school running back I've ever seen in the state. And I don't try to get up here, and Luke gets on to me all the time, the best game I've ever seen, Game 5 of the World Series. Don't do that, Randy. No, he's got every record in state Alabama. He rushed for 3,500 yards last year. Whew. He rushed 54 times for 350 and 5 touchdowns in the championship game. The guy is special. Mississippi State's getting a good one. Not the ideal size that the SEC looks for, I guess, for whatever that is, 5'8", about 195, 200 pounds in high school, but tough to get down. I'm looking forward to seeing them. I think that our defense has gotten much, much better from last year, and I know our kids are excited to play, and our coaching staff's excited to play them too. Look, I ain't got to go out there and tackle them. Y'all can get up for that. But he's fun to watch. LaDamian Webb, Mr. Football last year as a junior. I don't know if we've had a Mr. Football as a junior in this state. So he's looking to be the first two-time Mr. Football here in the state of Alabama, and I think a lot of that will be determined how he plays in the playoffs.
Beauregard's 5A, right?
5A, yep. Do have one loss on the season to Greenville earlier in the season.
Davil's season comes to an end. Childersburg comes in 48-14. Tough year for Dable.
For whatever reason, sometimes teams just lose focus, lose track. We saw Benjamin Russell do it last year, and you don't know why. You're talented enough to play better than you do, but you get in football games and things start going against you, and you don't have any confidence anyway, and you look down, you lost 48-14. Dable will get it back. They've been too good of a program for too long, and they've got some good players coming back, and I hate to see a game like this, but we've all been through them.
Horseshoe Bend, I thought this one would have gone the other way, but Woodland 29, Horseshoe Bend 19. Only second win of the year for Woodland.
Woodland only fielding 21 players, I believe. Wow. And that's not normal for Woodland. That's a program and a team that's been in the thick of things a decade ago, and what I can remember. Horseshoe Bend struggling a little bit. They'll take on a very good Wadley team.
Undefeated.
I think Wadley went to the semis last year. Hard for them to come out of their bracket to make it to a championship game, but they've been right in it. And Wadley's a program. Terrell Zachary and all of those years coming out of Wadley High School, wouldn't be surprising to see them to get through again.
After a shaky start to begin the season, Reeltown's kind of put it together. 5-4 now, 55-0 over Fayetteville. They'll go to Lochapoka this weekend.
Good chance for Reeltown to take this to 6-4. Lochapoka team that's only won a couple of times this year. Reeltown's got a very good running back over there. They love their football. They play a physical brand of it. Jackie O'Neill heads out a couple of years ago, and I think their coaching staff's doing a tremendous job of keeping that program right in the cusp and right up there at the forefront of Class 2A. So be cheering for Reeltown to pick up a victory and move into the playoffs.
Coosa at Childersburg. That's on Thursday night. Up against a break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after this.
So you want to build a home? Build the home you want with America's Home Place. Choose from over 150 floor plans, then personalize. Tile backsplash with granite countertops? Done. A spacious bathroom you've always dreamed of? You got it. Choose every detail, floors, cabinets, even the paint color.
How about electric lime?
Can't decide? Relax. At America's Home Place, we take care of it all. It's your home. Own it. America's Home Place.
We love football season.
Don't pass on these deals.
Drive a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab 4x2 Express for $289 down, $289 a month during Ram Power Days at Bice Motors.
Score big and save all season long.
Lease the all-new redesigned 2017 Jeep Compass Latitude for just $149 a month.
Drive in for the savings. Drive out with the win.
Come see us in Alex City. BiceChryslerDodge.com.
Now is the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17 season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Toon with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
Whether it's a dream house or corporate real estate, Concrete has the skill, expertise, and talent to exceed your expectations. Trust Concrete to build a foundation for your future. Our work ethic and dedication are always in keeping the competition on their toes. We specialize in residential and commercial development in the Coosa, Talladega, and Shelby County areas. Call us today for your next project, 256-245-4211, or check us out on the web at con-crete.com.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
Hi, this is Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage in Auburn, Alabama. There are 1,000 different questions people ask me every day about mortgage loans. They ask about buying investment homes, primary homes, and even second homes at the lake or the beach. I only have a limited time to say, call me and let's talk about what you want and how I can help you get it. Again, win with Quinn and call me today at 256-675-6259 so I can help structure a mortgage that best fits you and your family's needs.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live. About 45 more minutes left in tonight's program. Give us a call, 256-234-6221. The Astros up 1-0. They've played 3 in Los Angeles. The Astros coming to bat in the top of the 4th. Verlander dealing.
They need him to go as long as possible.
Yeah.
These bullpens.
They're spent. And they're ineffective against this good of hitting. That's for sure. Kind of rounding out the high school talk, big one, Thompson, 32, Hoover, 29. Hoover was up 13-3 in this game, I think, at one time.
They were, and Thompson closed out the half with a good offensive performance, got back in the football game, go down 25-24 on a pick six to Hoover, get the football back, have to drive at 98 yards for the game-winning score, and they do it.
Wow.
98 yards for their first victory over Hoover in school history. 0-20 was Thompson's record against Hoover in school history. Get off the snide. This is a community that is growing by leaps and bounds. They've been uber competitive in other sports. And how many years have I been telling you? 3 years now. Mark Freeman's the coach. This boy is going, just write it down. I said it, and I don't care who the quarterback is, and I know it's Tua T's brother. But the rest of their programs are winning also. And they're going to be one to deal with for as long as Freeman's there at Thompson High School. And congratulations on the win. Nothing to hang your head down about. Watch out, Hoover. You still don't want no part of them in the playoffs. They know how to get through, and they made it tough. But Thompson goes to the Met and goes 98 yards to win it. Wow. How impressive is that?
Very. Oak Mountain 29, Spain Park 3.
This one's a big shock, but Oak Mountain defensively has done this to many teams this year. And Jay Barker's son's quarterback there at Spain Park, and they put up big numbers in some big games this year, but not against Oak Mountain. Oak Mountain, watch out for them. Really. You got a team playing that well defensively. That's what makes it even more impressive what Thompson did to Hoover. Hoover defensively, we've been calling state championship games. Brett and I have been lucky enough in this life to call 7A state championships and 6A state championship games for what will be our 10th year this year. And so 8 out of those 10 times we've had Hoover in them. Mm. And the thing that always impresses us is never the offensive side for Hoover. Never the outstanding talent that they got. It's they don't get out of position defensively. They're so schooled defensively that even if that other opposing team got such great talent, don't really matter. Don't matter that they got a little 6 foot, 225, 230 pound defensive lineman, you know, is not getting any offers anywhere, just keeps making plays. So for Thompson to do what they did to go 98 yards, even more impressive. Central Phoenix City, the beat goes on as they take down Prattville 56-20. Oh, special. Justin Ross is playing better. They got a coach that's second to none.
Has Ross committed anywhere yet?
No.
Okay.
Top recruit here in the state.
Still, Auburn's still on his radar?
Everybody. Auburn and Alabama. So good luck. Alabama, oddly enough, having a weird recruiting season. They're not getting the early signees. Just got a big rollover from Michigan, one of the top centers in the country, changing his commitment from Michigan to Alabama this past week. Expect that to happen more as the season ends up and the recruiting season ends up. But Justin Ross, 180 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. Looks like A.J. Green to me.
Wow.
Out there. He's one of the top 3 receivers in the country this year.
Wow.
6'5". You seen him?
Hey, if you want us to get throwing the ball at least half a time a game,
come on down.
Come on down, baby. Lynette and Lafayette, Jerome made sure we were aware that this game was going on this weekend, or this past weekend. But Lynette, man, hard to handle.
Watch out. Brett has been – he can't talk any more glowingly about any program in the state of Alabama than Lynette's basketball team. He says, I've never seen anything like it.
Sorry, I'm having trouble with the connection.
I don't know what just happened.
Well,
right
thank you,
there.
Siri.
She didn't want me to have my connection. Right
Maybe
there.
not.
But Brett has been talking about the athletes that Lynette has, and unfortunately, I just haven't been there during those finals matchups. But this year, football, I think his coach's son's quarterback, and they're just they haven't lost, have they?
No, I don't
Railroading
think so.
everybody.
Yeah. Lafayette had lost one game. That was today.
Lynette's got a matchup with Fife on into the playoffs. That'll determine who will come out on that side, and Fife's tough to beat.
Sylacauga getting it done again against Cleveland County. Tallahassee getting it done again against Elmore County. I thought this might have been a good one. Munford and Leeds.
Leeds gets beat by a couple of touchdowns by Tallahassee. Munford gets them by a few touchdowns. Watch out for Munford and Tallahassee in our close little area around here.
This is 4A, 5A?
Yes, 4.
4A.
Tallahassee has played well all year, only losing one football game. Very good team offensively, very well coached. They're a team that can compete this year. And Munford's only gotten better. They lose by a point early in the season, if you remember, to Central Clay. And if they've lost again, we don't have the records right here, but if they've lost again, I don't remember.
No.
And they've run some teams off the field. Those two teams, watch out for them as we close things out.
Anything else going on in the high school ranks you want to?
No, just worthy of note, like I said, here in the local region, you'll have a home football game to start the playoffs. So keep that in mind. That's on November the 10th out at the Sportplex, and hopefully we'll get a good crowd out for that.
What do you know about Saraland?
I know. All right, let me try to use my words wisely here. Saraland came up and played us 2 years ago. It was 48-3, and they scored with about 40 seconds to go. And Jack West, who's committed to Stanford, struggled. Not very mobile, big kid, throw it around, Drew Bledsoe-esque looking athlete. Does that give you a mental?
Bledsoe? Yeah.
That size guy. But just, he ain't going to beat you out of the pocket.
Yeah.
You're going to have to hold up. You're going to have to contain. You're going to have to get playmakers. And they had Velas Jones, who's at USC, as a receiver at that time. But we played. So if I had to take my choosing between Blunt, who scored 48 earlier this year against Spanish Fort and lost 49-48, or Saraland, I'll take my chances with Saraland, led by Jack West.
We are up against the break here. We'll move on, talk a little bit about the SEC when we come back. More to come right after this.
The door is open, the beer's cold, and the biscuits are hot at Foshie's Watts on Dable Road in Alexander City. Fishing season is in year-round and live bait is available. Non-ethanol gas is available along with propane and pellet ice. So come on by and see what we're all about, where the kitchen is open Monday through Friday early at Foshis Watts on Dable Road in Alexander City. And tell them old Katie sent you right here from the front porch, WAXC TV.
Lakeside Marina and Watercraft Rentals have spring fever and are happy to announce that Bennington is back. Lakeside Marina at Blue Creek is now Lake Martin's Bennington pontoon dealer with all models of Bennington pontoons that deliver speed, power, and stability with their elliptical sport packages and best-in-class styling and luxury. See the full line now for best selection as well as the all-new personal watercraft from Kawasaki. Lakeside Marina at Blue Creek, #1 for a reason. Lakeside Marina is also your authorized Easy Go kart dealer for Lake Martin.
Hi.
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Did your team just win the big game? Are you looking for a unique way to honor a valuable employee? Lila's Engraving has you covered, offering a large selection of custom trophies and plaques. Lila's also offers cast aluminum car tags, custom engraved wine glasses, clocks, and wood cutting boards. They even offer custom framing for any art or picture as well. Lila's combines the best quality items with the fastest service around. With over 27 years of experience in the Alexander City and Lake Martin areas, Lila's Engraving is your only choice for custom awards and engraved gifts. Always remember, winners choose Lila's.
LMG Advertising Agency offers a comprehensive marketing solution tailored to each of our clients' needs. We are a full-service marketing firm offering website design and development, video production, social media marketing, search engine optimization, and overall branding that includes logo design, brochures, mailouts, and more. Our experienced team of marketing professionals would love to come up with a marketing strategy that will deliver results for you and your business. Learn more at lmgadagency.com or call today to start at 256-825-0197.
Whether it's a walk-off home run, a game-winning touchdown, or a buzzer beater, make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup. Located in downtown Sylacauga and a short drive from Highway 280, Jay's has the food you're looking for. Whether it's wings, fingers, burgers, or salads, they have it all. Come bring your family for a great meal, come hang out with your friends for the big game, or call them at 256-207-0700 to place your order. Make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Peaches and Clean, caring for your floors and a whole lot more in East Central Alabama.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. About 30 more minutes left in tonight's program. Andy and Randy here with you until 9 o'clock, talking about the SEC this past weekend and projecting forward to this Saturday as well. Arkansas gets a big win, much needed win over Ole Miss, coming back from 31-7 down. Oh boy, was it? Well, I mean, clearly it was Ole Miss collapsing.
It was Bielema holding on to his job again, Andy. Ole Miss collapsing, and him, like he's done how many times, wins games that you go, my, he should have never beaten him. Ole Miss a few years ago, same situation. Ole Miss had a chance to play for it that year. Mm-hmm. Arkansas hits them with one crazy play that would probably never work again in a million times.
No.
And win that football game. But is he gone, Andy? That's how in the world does Arkansas just say, "Oh, that's good enough for us"?
I can't imagine that. I mean, they feel like that. Yeah, that is, or it's even heading in the right direction. I mean, what are they?
They have no identity.
None. And they don't play good defense. They can't figure out how to play good defense. And it's players. I think when you look top to bottom, you look at Arkansas, they don't have enough. They don't have enough players.
Will you humor me for a second?
Please. Sure.
Let's go down this identity track. in the SEC. Okay? Would you agree that a program, a coaching staff, and a program for the history of their existence has an identity and normally performs better when they're living up to what that identity is?
Yes, I would say so.
Now, that can change sometimes, but each program, in your mind's eye, has these are things that normally when they're good, they do.
Right.
Okay, can I bounce around the SEC and let you tell me what their identity is now?
As opposed to what it was?
As opposed to what you see them being when they're really good.
Okay.
Tennessee.
It's been so long since they've had one, a real identity. The last ones that I remember is, really good running backs. Yeah. Played good defense. Not great defense, but played top 6, top 5 defense in the SEC. Big, powerful running backs, like I said. Good quarterback play. And now, I can't even remember the last time I looked at a Tennessee team and thought, they scary. It's been that long. It's since Peyton was there, maybe.
2007, they win 10 football games. The following year, Fulmer loses his job. Goes, 5-7? That sound right?
About that.
And that's 2008. So it's been at least 10 years since they had double-digit wins. That 2007. And I don't remember those teams. And that was Eric Ainge's group, wasn't it? I don't remember those teams being stellar.
No, I don't either. And
So
they didn't win any SEC titles.
I think back to those 90s teams, and I do remember Peyton in my mind, but, it's Garner. And it's other running backs like that, even going back to before that with Webb and Cobb and some of those. And then back into the 70s with some of those running backs that they had. Always a game breaker running back. And when's the last game breaker running back for Tennessee?
Well, this kid that was at Alabama, and he actually played in the NFL, but, he was good, but, he like Jamal Lewis, that's the one or wasn't that his name?
Yeah.
That's the one that I remember that was, and then the kid, unless they were playing Auburn in 04, Riggs ran up and down the field on us, but nobody that you'd look to and say, man, that guy's like.
That guy really scares me.
Yeah.
Best running back in the league.
Yeah.
Type. No,
Not
been a while.
Even a threat to be that.
Okay, so they aren't their
Travis
identity.
Henry.
They're not their identity. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
That's a problem.
That's
Florida.
a problem. Fun and gun. Up and down the field, throwing the ball. Precision passing game.
Where's that?
They hadn't even thought about it.
And if you're not what your fan base thinks you are by your identity, that's when you jump off the bus. And when you jump off the boat or whatever you want to use, that's when you jump off, though. And that's what happened with McElwain. Comes in as an offensive guy, has one of the worst offenses in the SEC. They just can't stomach it.
They're one of the worst in the country right now. Have been for the last 2 years.
So when you go to both of those programs and you're going, who do we go after? Then as an athletic director, I would say let's stick to our identity. Let's go find who we are. If I was Florida, if Bob Stoops turned me down, I'd go for Chip Kelly as hard as a human could. And if I struck out there, I'm about to say something that shouldn't be allowed to be said. But I'm not positive they don't go the Lane Kiffin route.
Oof. That would be good for everybody else, I think.
But would you say Bob Stoops and then Chip Kelly?
I think that's sound. I think that's. It's hard. It's good logic.
All right. If you're trying to hire to your identity as Tennessee, who do you go after?
My goodness, that's a great question, and I don't know.
And we're trying to sit here and just a little banter back and forth on who fits the mold. Because the mold's different in different programs. You know why I'm somewhat back on Gus's bus? We're playing defense.
Yeah.
I can live with that, man. I watch our defensive line in my mind's eye. We play defense like we did in the 80s, we did in the 90s, and we didn't win all kinds of national championships then, but I loved Auburn then and I do now. And I can live with it. But I can't live with if we were out there giving up what we did. It's hard for me to deal with that.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry I jumped around there.
No, I get you.
That's part of the reason that I'm not completely off what Gus is doing, because he has found a defense when I never believed he would.
And if he would actually stick to his identity, I think we'd be all right. We've kind of veered away from it.
But back to Tennessee, who's a good fit?
I don't know. It's got to be a guy that can recruit nationally. That was where Tennessee's strength was when Fulmer was there. They recruited nationally. Really did it before a lot of people in the South here did, because they had to. You don't have as much. You're not overflowing with talent in the state of Tennessee. You got to pluck from here, there, and everywhere. But they were getting guys from all over the country. That has kind of died down a little bit. So you got to get a dynamic recruiter, number one.
You may throw a random as you're talking.
Sure.
David Cutcliffe.
You're going for coach, not for recruiter.
Do you think he can recruit though?
I don't know.
I mean, he was with that Peyton group.
We're up against a break. We'll continue this discussion, take it on into the next break. Love to know what you think. More to come on Sportz Blitz Live right after this.
Is our number one concern. Advanced heat and air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's train dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our number one concern. Call 234-5052 and we're there for you.
Hi, this is Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage in Auburn, Alabama. There are 1,000 different questions people ask me every day about mortgage loans. They ask about buying investment homes, primary homes, and even second homes at the lake or the beach. I only have a limited time to say, call me and let's talk about what you want and how I can help you get it. Again, win with Quinn and call me today at 256-675-6259 so I can help structure a mortgage that best fits you and your family's needs.
Game day. Last season you were watching football at the mercy of that loathed cable company and your weird roommate with the ornery chinchilla. But today you're going to watch wherever the Wild you want. You go here, Wild Wind Cafe. They've got all the games on more screens than you can count. And cute roommates. This is just the Wild you need. So go wild, superfan. We can't help you choking QB, but we do have cold beer.
So you want to build a home? Build the home you want with America's Home Place. Choose from over 150 floor plans, then personalize. Tile backsplash with granite countertops? Done. A spacious bathroom you've always dreamed of? You got it. Choose every detail, floors, cabinets, even the paint color.
How about electric lime?
Can't decide? Relax. At America's Home Place, we take care of it all. It's your home. Own it. America's Home Place.
Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gills. Selection and price, got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you. Gotta get to Gills. Selection and price. Gotta get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills.
What do you see when you think about your future?
Do you see determination that keeps you going, that helps you make a difference in your world?
Do you see challenges that make you stronger?
Southern Union State Community College realizes that your opportunities for greatness are unlimited. Your journey has just begun.
This segment of Sportz Blitz is brought to you by Hyundai of Auburn. You owe it to yourself. Call Hyundai of Auburn today at 334-321-0777 and visit them online at HyundaiofAuburn.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sportz Blitz Live. The Astros still up 1-0 in the top of the fifth now. Justin Verlander still throwing a one-hitter against that powerful Dodgers lineup. Did you expect anything less from a game-deciding Game 6 in the World Series for Verlander on the mound?
Not the way he's thrown since he's been there. All of us and I was one, that thought he was on the downslide a couple of years ago. For him to make the turn, what is he? He's got a sub-1 ERA.
I think it was like 0.4.
He's 9-1.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Has he lost?
He may be 9-0.
I don't think he's lost.
It's asinine. But did you say did I believe that? I didn't think Kershaw would lose his own.
No.
He lost his own, buddy. And he lost confidence, and you saw it, in his physical motion up there, and the next thing you know, balls were hit to the moon. So yes, I'm surprised the way these guys are swinging the bat that he's doing this.
We were having an interesting discussion about college football, and especially in the SEC, having an identity and remaining with it, and coaching to it, and recruiting to it, and bringing in coaches that are going to coach to that identity. Arkansas has gotten away from it. They're no good. Tennessee's gotten away from it. They're no good. You could say when Bobby Petrino was at Arkansas, he developed an identity. They went away from that when they got Bielema. They decided we don't want to do this again. We want to go something else. We want to go, like you said, hard-nosed, big, and physical. They started that way, lost a couple of games against very bad teams, and then they panicked. And they said, well, we got an Austin Allen kid. Oh, he can throw the football. And his brother before him, he threw the ball around a good bit. So it's easy to say, hey, we're going to have this identity until it doesn't work. And then you're 2-2 or you're 1-3, and you say, well, we got to do whatever it takes to win, and we'll worry about the identity later. But I don't know. Like you say, Auburn's getting back to what has made them great over the years: hard-nosed, physical defense, play action pass. That's what Gus wants to be: run the football and play action pass to throw it. We were hoping maybe we'd just get a little bit better at throwing the ball, and we have. We've gotten a lot better. We're a lot more balanced this year. But the wins are still not there yet.
And it's really one slip-up, though.
Yeah.
You can give a pass on the road at the defending national champion, at least I can.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I can't give a pass at LSU game.
To
me, that's stubbornness.
Yeah, giving a pass, though, I can give it a pass to losing to Clemson, but it's 11 sacks and less than 200 total yards is what I can't. That I can't forgive.
Alabama, what's their identity? And is it exactly who they are?
Well, their identity now is to bludgeon you and rip your soul out of your chest. And they're good at that. It's going to be hard to maintain that.
Once he's gone.
But maybe we can, I don't know, start a petition.
Ole Miss changes. It seems
with the wind.
With the wind, they try. And that's to be, that's not a program. But I feel LSU's trying to hire and stick to who they think they are. Don't you?
Yeah. They don't. I mean, that's who they want. They want to be physical and just have athletes running out the coffers. And that's pretty much who they are and who they've been. You bring in Matt Canada to try to up the offense, but it still looks the same. They're running a little bit different scheme, but it's still I mean, it still looks like the same LSU offense. Defense has slipped a little bit this year, but especially against the run. But you figure that's going to happen from time to time. They'll get back to it. I mean, the way they recruit, the way they continue to recruit, just having that many athletes on the field, it'll be the same.
Dan Mullen going to stay at Mississippi State. Yesterday he comes out with a statement saying he's happy where he is, he's not looking around. Or does somebody come out like a Florida and really do all that they can, even a Tennessee, to get Dan Mullen away?
If Florida offered him the job, he'd leave today.
Think so?
I absolutely do. But I don't know about Tennessee. I mean, right now, that's a lateral move.
Isn't that crazy to say?
I mean, isn't it really? You might be able to make some more money, but, I mean, he's making $4.5 million, isn't he?
And he's at Mississippi State where they appreciate what he's done for that program.
He's about to be the all-time winningest coach there.
Tennessee probably wouldn't be happy.
No.
With his average win total.
I doubt it.
I mean, they were never really happy with Butch Jones winning 9 games the last 2 years. Did you ever get a sense that Tennessee was happy where they were?
No.
So I agree with you. But Florida, I think he would be Florida's third choice.
Think so?
I think do they not just do whatever it takes to go after Bob Stoops?
They might try, but I'll be shocked if he goes.
You think Bob Stoops is done?
I think Bobby's done.
Is Chip Kelly done?
No. I think he's definitely on the table.
I'm
going to tell you something. Him at Florida,
that's
kind of scary.
Yes, it is. Good identity.
Yeah.
Back to who they think in their mind's eye they are. Is that. Okay, if we play pretty good defense, I think we'll get enough good athletes to be able to play some defense. They always did during the Spurrier and Urban regimes. You know, they always found great ends.
And he recruited, you know, about in the 20s or 30s up there in Oregon and did just fine.
Boy,
imagine what he could do at Florida.
And they have flat fallen off the cliff this year. I'm surprised with that.
Well, it's only Taggart's first year. Maybe he can turn it around.
Well, they're terrible.
All right, Randy, who you got? We got about 15 minutes left in the show. UMass at Mississippi State. I know who you got in that one. Florida at 3-4 at Missouri 3-5. Missouri's a 2.5-point favorite. At least they were to start. I don't know if that line has changed. Can Florida really go there and lose?
Yeah, they can because they're that bad offensively. Mm-hmm. They really are. And I think Missouri's got enough offensively to score on a lot of teams. They just can't stop anybody. But when you're just terrible on offense, it doesn't do you any good. And the reason McElwain's gone, in my opinion, is those 10 players can't keep your talent on the field. Starting to become an issue at other programs too. We started that up here tonight. That's a problem. Yeah. Year after year, you don't lose. Callaway's their best offensive threat.
Yeah.
And played. I don't know if that's a culture within or what, but it's starting to become kind of scary sitting here as an Auburn fan too. We've lost 4 or 5 of our best players over the last couple of years, over the last several years. And some fans out there would go, good job, Malzahn. Don't put up with it. Get rid of them. Bad, but we recruited them. We're the ones that we told their parents, bring them in. We're family, all family. Let's all big hug and bring them in and then lose them. That's culture. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go negative there, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, up against the break here. We'll come back. We'll finish this up in the final segment of Sportz Blitz Live right after this.
Why buy your next car from Lynch Nissan of Auburn?
you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
When you're born, you're really young. You're like 0 years old. My grandma tells me to quit growing up so fast. But what can I do about it? My mom keeps throwing me birthday parties.
Russell Medical, comprehensive care in your corner of the world.
Show Enough Barbecue. Since 1990, we've been serving you the finest barbecue in Alexander City. Gerald believes in cooking fresh meat daily, and the secret to that is, I'm not going to tell you. Show Enough is just not about barbecue, but also known for fresh vegetables and homemade pies. That's where I come in. I'm Linda Sanford, better known as the Pie Lady. We also do catering. For more information, give us a call at 234-7675.
Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. At Walls, you'll find a dedicated staff offering top quality service from routine maintenance to a full engine overhaul and everything in between. Brian Walls and the folks at Walls Tire are local folks that you know, and they provide the best service always at a fair price. Find out what the rest of the Lake Martin area already knows. Walls Tire is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. Just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City. This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Russell Do-It Center, offering a complete assortment of lumber, building materials, electrical, and plumbing supplies. Russell Do-It Center stores deliver first-class service, top-rate products, and competitive do-it-best pricing.
The final segment of Sports Blitz Live, bringing to you right here. We're talking about the SEC as it comes up this upcoming weekend. Running down some games here. Western Kentucky 5-3 at Vanderbilt 3-5. Vanderbilt's lost 5 in a row. You gonna make it 6?
Vanderbilt has become who they are.
Yeah. Is Mason in trouble?
Yes, he is. You got to remember they had Franklin winning 9 ball games a year for a couple.
Yeah.
They think they can do it. Right guy. They're not going to sit. Nobody's going to sit around and just win 3 ball games. I don't care how good of a guy he is out there, and I think Derek Mason's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
But he's just in an armpit of the SEC when it comes to football. We know about it on the basketball side. We feel his pain a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
But
who gets it done? Does he can they get off the schneid against Western?
Who knows?
At home?
I mean, a 5-3 Western Kentucky. What's the line here?
I don't know. Does it matter?
I mean, I think Western Kentucky's probably their equal.
Yeah,
talent-wise.
I do too. South Carolina 6-2 at number 2 Georgia. No chance, right?
I don't think so, but this is one where Georgia's.
They've been known to flub a dove against South Carolina.
And South Carolina this past weekend defeating Vandy, running the football for 212 yards. That's a big number. Jake Bentley just, doing what he has to. 19 of 29 for 174 yards and a touchdown. The big story for South Carolina is can they run it?
Yeah.
Can they run the football? And this is a game to watch. Jake Fromm, what did he do last weekend, Andy?
4 for 7.
4 for 7, 101 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Y'all think that's beating good teams?
And won 42-7.
You think that's beating good teams?
No.
I don't either.
Negative.
Tap the brakes. Kirby Smart.
Ole Miss 3-5 at Kentucky 6-2. Kentucky 6-2.
Got ran out of the gym by Mississippi State.
They could get run out of the gym by Ole Miss.
Move on. 2 terrible football teams.
Coastal Carolina at Arkansas. Surely they can beat Coastal.
Surely they can, but yeah, they will. I tell you, Cole Kelly he grew on me this past weekend, did he not, you?
Well, I mean, he's competent.
He is. He's usable.
And he's big enough to where if you need 3 yards, he can get it.
And he sits back there. He's 6'7", 270. He's got a big bend. He deals it.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with him the more I watch him. Now they're not gonna beat a good team. So they're gonna give up 50 plus to Auburn. And Alabama's gonna beat them however bad they want. But I don't think it's necessarily all because of him, though.
Yeah. Southern Miss 5-3 at Tennessee 3-5.
If they lose, and they could, which, by the way, the big story here in this state, though, is congratulations to UAB.
Yeah.
I know that we're up against a break. I don't care about Tennessee. They can keep losing for all I care. But UAB to do what they've done here. Bill Clark, if he's not up and they win 2 or 3 more football games and he's not up for Coach of the Year, come on.
Yeah, you're right. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of Sports Blitz Live. We appreciate so much all of you out there joining us this evening. For Ryan Fuller, the man behind the glass. He's the man in the box. He's the man in the box. Randy Lee, I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. Happy Halloween. We'll talk again soon.
Even the best of us forget sometimes. But buckling up is one thing you always want to remember.
Seatbelts save lives. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Lake Area Realty is Lake Martin's Century 21 real estate company that proudly serves all the Lake Martin area. Rhonda Gaskin and her staff of caring professional realtors offers full sales for buyers and sellers in the area and can even help you with finding rentals or managing your current property. Whether it's your dream lake home, waterfront property, area family home in town, or just a starter home, Lake Area Realty can handle it all and advise you on all your needs. Buying and selling real estate is important to the professionals at Century 21. Lake Area Realty are your friends in real estate. Call or visit lakearearealty.net.
Homeowners all over Alabama have discovered that when you need your flooring clean, whether it's carpet, upholstery, or any manner of hard surfaces, there's no clean like Peaches and Clean. Serving Auburn, the Chattahoochee Valley, Montgomery, Birmingham, and the Lake Martin area. Call 866-837-6937. 866-837-6937. Or visit peachesandclean.com. Caring for your floor and a whole lot more.
Your comfort is our #1 concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's train dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our #1 concern. Call 234-5052, and we're there for you.
Not buy a car this week
until you check out Hyundai of Auburn.
Max trade value, max savings,
my max markdowns,
max credit union and other lenders ready to approve with the max warranty.
America's best 10 years.
When we deal, we pay off your trade no matter what you owe.
And like Christmas, it's just once a year.
And only one place, Hyundai of Auburn.
Get down here today.
The Car Stereo Shop in Auburn is more than your car audio and video headquarters. Everything you ever wanted for your boat, including speakers, amps, and subs from brands like Sony, Kenwood, Memphis, Kicker, Polk Audio, power speakers from Kicker, Skyline, and Wet Sound, underwater lighting for motion LEDs and Shadowcaster, and for your ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles, the best in power sports products and lighting. How about a custom tailgating package or a custom-built mobile office? Where your imagination becomes reality, the Car Stereo Shop in Auburn.